So when you're like coming back down on the entry, how to put it? I don't really know how to put it.
So explain this troposphere, mesosphere. That explain that to me.
So basically, the all the all the different atmospheres that we have, it varies on temperatures. We live in the troposphere because, well, that's where the like most like where all the atmosphere's pressure is, water vapor content, basically everything that we need to live and survive is in this atmosphere. And as we go higher and higher, it gets colder and colder until we reach the tropopause, which is
What is a tropopause?
tropopause is the end of the troposphere, but the beginning of the stratosphere. Where all that stops, and then if you keep going higher and higher, it's gonna get warmer, but like not where like not like in your house warm, like where you put on a heater type warm. It's like it's gonna be still gonna be below zero. It's gonna be pretty cold, but it's gonna be warmer
On the
than
warmer side of below zero.
yeah. So and then past there, if you go higher and higher, it's gonna get like a whole lot colder. It's like gonna be like what -90 or 100. It's gonna get like very very cold, and that's like what in the
Like Canada.
yeah, like Canada or the Antarctic is gonna get like really really cold, and if you go from there, then it's gonna get real hot because like it's a lot more distance to travel, so it's gonna get a lot hotter. So
So is that like on re-entry? Like when it get hot, it's like, isn't that like on re-entry?
yeah, like the
Because
thermals.
when you're coming back from space and you're re-entering the atmosphere, it's like a ball of fire.
Yeah, like that's what happens to most like asteroids or like comets. Like they burn up. They actually start to burn up in our thermosphere because the thermosphere is like the hotter one. The mesosphere is really just where everything just is the finished product. So, but sometimes like asteroids are too big to burn up and they just land on Earth. But most of the time they start burning up in
Also,
the
the re-entry when it burn up is like a shield almost.
yeah. So like it starts in the thermosphere and most of it ends in the mesosphere. So that's why people say, oh, in the mesosphere, it really just it burns up. It burns up in the mesosphere, but that's not really true. It's mostly in the thermosphere and it ends in the mesosphere. So there's that. Thermosphere is the hottest atmospheric layer in you know out of all the layers, it's the hottest one because I don't know. I think it exceeds like 90 degrees. It's like goes all the way up to 100, and then past the thermosphere, you have the exosphere. So that's where it's actually a very wide space. It's like I think it's up to 10,000 kilometers. It's like the bordering between space and our planet's atmosphere. It's rarely like you're talking about like a one in a million chance that like air molecules are ever gonna touch each other because there's little to no air. It's almost like a vacuum almost, but it's not
Oh,
quite.
wow, like when those guys go up in the airplane, like those jet planes, and they reach there and they start to gasp for air, like.
No, they're still in the troposphere. Like they're very very low, but it's actually the reason why they're gasping for air is because down here in the troposphere, you see how we breathe like how see how we breathe so freely. Up in the stratosphere or in a high level of the troposphere, is not going to be so much air. Like the air pressure is going to be so much less. It's going to be so much harder to breathe because there's going to be so much less air available. You're going to be like gasping for air. Your lungs are going to try to take in all the air molecules that it can because you need it to survive. Ah, and that's basically it. That's basically all I know.
Wow, you know a lot.
There's a lot more. There's always a lot more.
What's a lot more? Like what?
Like always a lot more to learn about our
Like
own
black
planet.
holes?
Black holes is
What about the Earth's crust?
Earth's crust. Earth's crust is actually very thin, but it's the densest layer that we have. It's like putting a sheet of metal over, putting it like a sheet of metal over hot oil. Yeah, it's very so our and our core, like our inner layers, um, is very much different from our outer. It's like like my teacher said, it's like an apple. The skin is like the atmospheric layers, and the inside of the apple is like the core, the mantles, all that. So,
Who's your teacher again?
Miss McCoy,
Wow, she's smart.
yeah.